You want to talk about a cock tease in terms of what happens, and also some heart wrenching and gutting, where Ji-Hwan is just getting it fucking worse for himself. Season number 2 of Squid Game. We all knew that it was going to happen. It was asked, it was requested, and lo and behold, we end up getting season 2 of Squid Game. I saw this fucking show. I saw season number 2. I watched it. Season 1 was a little longer in terms of episodes, but this one was a little shorter within the episodes. Season number 2. How can I begin talking about this episode? Well, Ji-Hwan, not only does he end up realizing that the Squid Game is going on, but he also ends up meeting the fucking police officer as well, of literally that this guy was not only in the fucking Squid Game being as a guardian, but also he learns that they're going to work up and try and capture the front man who is literally doing all the Squid Game contest that's going on. So, season number 6, there's literally about 6 episodes altogether. 6-7 episodes altogether. And this fucking season itself was very interesting. Now, Ji-Hwan, in season number 1, he was a happy-go-lucky guy. This time, he is a fucking badass. His tone changes, his mood changes, and he literally becomes a fucking badass throughout this program. Season 1, he has a confrontation with a recruiter, realizing that the recruiter himself is fucking insane, and you start to learn about him, and they end up having a little Russian roulette against each other. The end of that episode where you look at his fucking face, and by the way, spoilers are going to be given. The end of the episode where you look at his face, one side of his face, he's fucking scared shitless because of what he's got himself into. The other side, no regrets and confidence. Bam. Episode number 2. Ji-Hwan, Jung-Ho, and what's-his-name end up realizing that the fucking recruiter himself is a dickhead. And not only that, though, Woo Seok, once again, like I said beforehand, my pronunciations are not going to be the best because I can't really speak Korean that well in terms of pronunciation, so please forgive me if I butcher any names, both characters and actors. And I obviously, respectfully, but my pronunciations are the best, so please forgive me once again. So, we end up realizing that Ji-Hwan, he wants to be put back into the fucking Squid Game, because after he had a little confrontation with the front man while he was in the back of the limousine trying to capture everything, especially trying to follow, there were fucking snipers who literally shot the police car's tires. So in this case, Ji-Hwan is fucked, like he said beforehand, in terms of when he was playing Dalgota, when he had the fucking umbrella, which he made it through. He said it again, once he realized that the fucking piece that he had was gone. So, in this particular case, Ji-Hwan asks and requests to be put back in the Squid Game. Why? Because if I can't get the authorities on my side to stop Squid Game, I'm going to prove it and I'm going to stop it myself. So Ji-Hwan ends up getting put back into the fucking Squid Game. And we end up getting ourselves a brand new cast of fucking players. Both good, bad, and popular. And let's just say some of the players in this are, oh my fucking lord, man. Just too good, goddamn good looking. So, we end up learning about Park Young-sik, who was player number 7, and his mother, player number 149, Jang Woo-ja. Basically, they're a mother and son duo that you've grown to absolutely love. You also have Park Gu-young. This fucking girl, man. She is not only cute, but you start to learn about her story as well. Because, once again, instead of 2 stories, there's 3 stories going on. You got the main one, which was player number 46. You also had God number 11. She's in the fucking Squid Game, where you start to learn about her, where she's on a quest to find somebody that she is close with. Then you have the fucking policeman. he's literally trying to get everybody on board to find the location where Squid Game is to arrest whomever or capture whomever. So you got several stories going on within this particular program that you focus on the main points with the Squid Game, player guard number 11, and fucking the policeman. Now, as for some of the players who you grown to learn, well, some of my favorites, you had Kim Young Hee. The poor girl is pregnant. She's in there because of, well, some sort of fucking crypto coin that her ex-boyfriend, who was known as MG Coin, who was player number 333, they're both in this. Poor girl's pregnant. You had player number 388. Oh, his personality itself, he's something else. You have that guy. You also have, well, one of my favorite players in this. It is player number 120. Cho Hwan-ju. This was played by Park Sung-hoon. He's a good-looking guy, but in terms of television and character, I'm only saying this because it's television, and I'm going off by a character perspective from watching it. For the fact that this is a transgender in this fucking story, it's a ladyboy, and knowing me, clean shirt, new shoes, I don't know what I'm going to lose, silk suit, black tie. They caught me running just as fast as I can, because every girl goes crazy for a sharp-dressed man! Oh, I was a sharp-dressed man. Top coat, top hat. Go watch Diamond Rings, baby. I was riding in the Illuminator. If she survives in season number 3, I'm available. I am available. I will give you my fucking number right there. If she survives in season number 3, call me. Well, it's not just her I also had a fucking liking for. But in all seriousness, getting my fucking silliness out of the way, this is one thing I liked about Hwan-ju is the fact that, obviously, the reason why that she's in is because she wants to finish her procedures. This is where it's not necessarily shoved down our throats. This is where you actually learn the struggles of someone who's literally going through the process of becoming a transgender, the struggles, the process, the emotions that a person who's going through this is literally happening. Losing contact with family, friends, job, you name it. Real life struggles. Just like in fucking Boys Don't Cry, that movie itself. Great fucking film. And this is what I like about this, that not only wasn't this not shoved down our throats, but you feel sympathy. You learn, you understand. And I give so much respect to the development of this character where you actually grow natural sympathy. In fact, almost a lot of these characters in this show, there's a little bit more sympathy going on with them because personally, I actually feel a connection with a lot of these characters in this particular season that I did in the first one. Because you see all the different scenes going on. You see fucking brotherhoods being formed. You see some fucking manipulation. The front man who entered himself as player number 1, where he tries to grow closer with G1, realizing that he's the one trying to stop, and the fact that he's disguising himself as a fake player, just to try and grow closer, understand, and even manipulate this poor guy. And he does a pretty good job manipulating poor Ji-hwan later on. So as for some of the other characters, you had fucking player number 230, Thanos. This guy, he literally was a fucking character. Obviously, there was a joke where he was the fucking Infinity Stones because his fucking nails were painted of the Infinity Stones. So you had Thanos. This son of a bitch, like I said, this guy was just something, man. I mean, he was just really fucking something. Obviously, he was a popular rapper who ended up going into Squid Game because of a fucking debt. He ended up falling himself in because of a fucking coin. The goddamn cryptocurrency that MG Coin followed and ended up, unfortunately, well, realizing it was all just bullshit. So the thing is that with fucking Thanos himself. Like I said, this guy, he was popular. You end up seeing the fact that he has a little cross where he ended up taking some drugs. I think it was like, I can't say it's LSD, but it's some sort of fucking just bizarre goddamn drug that made him all loopy and happy, not panic. So during a lot of these fucking games, so you only got to see 3 games, because in season number 3, you're going to be seeing some new stuff. Now, in season number 3, there's going to be a game where they all enter this room. You see the fucking red light, green light doll, and she's got a boyfriend. I'm assuming they're going to be playing London Bridges or some sort of new game. But the 3 games that were played in this season, obviously red light, green light did come back. Ji-Hwan tried to tell these players that I have played this game before. I know what this game is all about. But nobody wanted to believe him at all because, well, they thought he was hallucinating. They all thought he was hallucinating, especially player number 100, who was a goddamn dick in this fucking show. I mean, a real fucking dick. Then you had the crazy cuckoo lady, I forgot what her number was, where she's like a goddamn Shiva or some sort of temple goddess. At least in the first season, you managed to understand the one crazy lady, that it was natural. This one, deliberately, you had a crazy fucking lady. Then you had player number 246, where you learn who he is a little bit, but naturally, progressively, I think you're going to see him a lot more in season number 3, because I don't think they really killed him off in season number 2 whatsoever. Because he's in there because he's trying to get money to fix his daughter, get his daughter feeling better. So, I don't think 246 is eliminated. I think we are going to see him in season number 3. Now, as for the games, red light, green light came back. Next game that they played was 6-legged pentathlon. It was a little marathon where they had to play 5 games within the time span. First off, you had the Kachi. It's the same game where when you met Ji-Hwan, where he had to take the either red or blue envelope and fucking slap it down to flip it. That was one of the first games. Then you had Flying Stone, where you had to take the stone and knock the other rock over. Then you had Gongji, which looked like it's one of the hardest fucking games. And personally, for me, I'll struggle playing it. Where you literally had to take the pebbles, catch them, and grab the other one. Then you had to go by color coordinate, flip it on your hand, and catch them. Fourth one is Spinning Top, where you had to wrap the fucking rope around it and spin the top. Then you had Jeggy, where you had to take the little shuttlecock and kick it 5 times in the air and then cross the finish line. And you couldn't fail these games whatsoever, else you're fucking dead. And the third game, this was one of the most popular ones in the season, because not only was this something new and fresh, but also this is where a lot of the characters started to technically die off, especially a popular one where Hwanji ends up becomes growing connection with young Mi, who the poor girl, oh my god, that was so sad. The poor girl was so scared shitless, and she just wanted to continue not only being with young Hwanji, but also the fact she got killed off, and that was a goddamn shame. Oh, I felt so fucking terrible. But Mingle is where they're going around the circle, listening to that catchy little fucking song, go in the doors by number that's shouted, and huddle together in the fucking doors, or else you're fucking dead if you don't make it. So those were the games, and a lot of fucking personalities. Now, like I said, so many different fucking personalities in this game, where both good, bad, and so on and so forth. The show itself is something. The one girl in player number 126 who got shot. Why is it that characters I like are the ones who get fucking killed off? Fucking slammed if you ask me. The one girl, short hair, had piercings on her fucking lip and nose. I thought she was adorable as well. Cute little pie. But obviously she met her fucking demise by the other cocksucker who ended up killing him with a fucking fork. In this show, literally, Thanos and MG Coin, their fucking feud was just going on and on and on. Thanos was a fucking bully. He was literally a goddamn bully. And also you had a little fucking civil bullshit going on where once they fought between X and O, fucking hell was breaking loose because players who wanted to continue the game, then you had players who didn't want to continue the game. It's something else if you ask me, with how they were literally changing things up with season 2. Also, there's one thing I like about this is that there was a little levity that happened with couple when they were in the dorms and there was some funny things going on. There was a little levity that was transpiring. So I have to give credit for them that they were breaking the mood a little bit. So that was nice. So season 2, there's just so many fucking things going on with this particular program where Jihan tried to get a reboot or get so many guys to try and fight him with guns, but then that did not help whatsoever in Jihan's case because that led to the demise of his fucking other best friend getting killed. Which leads up to season number 3, where it's going to probably get a little bit more darker and deeper. Not only for Ji-hwan, but also some more beloved characters are going to probably meet their fate as well. But, who knows. So season number 2, this one was a little bit of, I wouldn't say a mixed bag, because overall, instead of where the first season I gave a 9, I gave this one an 8 out of 10. Because Thanos himself, I didn't necessarily really get a liking for his character like a lot of people did. And plus that one lady who was a fucking fucking goddess or whatever that she believed, I couldn't really get into her whatsoever. I just felt like that her character was really crazy for the sake of being crazy. Now, as for the side stories itself, with God number 11, I'm understanding her, but the thing is that with the cops, I felt like I was losing track with that quite a few times just by a little bit. And I couldn't really focus because I was so more focused on the actual game itself with what Ji-hwan was trying to do and all these other characters. So, season number 2, definitely a lot more wilder, definitely a little bit more crazy, some more personalities that you grow to like and grow a connection with, some side stories as well with the connections and everything that you grow to really like as well. So, Squid Game, like I said, the show fucking continues. There's going to be some new games in season number 3. And there's going to be a lot more. It's just going to be a little bit more, I think it's going to be a little bit more darker with season number 3 and season number 2 itself. Especially with the frontman being manipulative, trying to connect with Ji-hwan. It's something. Really, really something. So, folks, I've gone on too long talking about season number 2. I hope you folks have been enjoying this fucking show. Looking forward to whatever transpires, the universe, or playing the games itself. Who's your favorite character of season number 2, besides the main one and the front man? Let me know down below your thoughts. Stay tuned for shit to come as always. Ciao for now.